Hi guys, my name is Steve B. I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes today about staying sober for today. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And what's today? Today is August 4th, 2026. You know, I want to talk maybe a little bit about the picnic yesterday. I had a blast. I had a great time. And I have to tell you, I did quite a bit of worrying about it early on. And then Saturday, because the picnic was Sunday, but Saturday, I was like, I was a nervous wreck about it. I was like, come on, I couldn't do anything about it. I got no control over stuff like who comes or is it going to be okay or is it this or is it that. I got no control over that kind of stuff. But I will say that the turning point was when I let go of it and God took over. I gave it to Him. I said, "Look, that saying, let go and let God." I, I did. There was a point on Saturday that I just did that. I just did it. It's like I got no control, whatever, over anything. And it wasn't until then that I started seeing that it's okay, let go. It's okay to let go. And God sure enough did come, and it was an awesome time. I had a great time, and I think other people did. Um, it worked out. It worked out beautifully. It worked out beautifully, and I'm glad it did. You know, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of glad it's behind me now. I could take a deep breath and say, it went well. I'm glad. Good enough. Now I could focus on what I'm doing today. And what am I doing today? I took my 4 mile walk. I'm glad I did. It was a little bit hot and I was a little bit tired, but I took my 4 mile walk and it was great. It was great. I walked with my friend JC, and some positive feedback from each other. It's back and forth. That's what people do. They give their friends, real friends, give the other good feedback, and I think we both did that. You know, um, today is. I keep saying I wanted to say today is Monday because yesterday seemed like a non-day because it rained. It poured. It poured non-stop. It poured. And today's beautiful. Today's like a beautiful day. I think it's about 80. Good enough. I'm happy for what it is. Um, but yeah, yeah, the picnic. I got no control over really anything. We can't control the direction of the wind, but we could adjust our sails, and that's what I'm doing. I'm adjusting my sails, by giving it to God and saying, now, Thy will be done. When I say Thy will be done, that means God's will. You know, and I believe it was. And down here today, did my 4 miles. It was quite a walk. I got my last mile. My legs were sore though. The back part of my legs were sore. Well, just as I was finishing up, and it's nice when you're tired or sore to be able to say, "Okay, that's enough for me." And but I'm down here today. It's August 4th, 2026. And I'm happy to be here today. Happy to be down here. My favorite place. I fed the squirrels before. They're not coming out in droves like they usually do. I hope they're okay. But they were out before, and I give them their hearts fill. I fill their bellies with almonds. Very good, very good. You know. Oh, and speaking of very good too, the band that we had yesterday was very good. People were pleased with them. played a lot of blues stuff, and they were good. They were good, you know. That's the kind of music I grew up with. But yeah, it's just a wonderful day. There's people walking down here, and I'm glad to be here, you know. And when I turn things over to God, I can honestly say that that's the best thing that I can do is turn things over to God because He's going to give you the best. You're not going to lose. It's like you're going to get it. It's going to come out His way, and His way is the best way. You know, the only way my way is the best way is when I give it to Him, and I completely trust in Him, 100%. You know. But I'm in the shade right now, and I like the shade. I had enough sun, and yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna do our meeting in a little while, and we're gonna kill it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a great meeting. It's gonna be a great meeting. Why? Because I give it to God. Here, you take it. Here, you take it. Here, you take it. Thy will be done. I mean, I would love to get to the place in life where, my will and God's will are the same, and I start, as the older I get, I'm starting to see that, His will is the best. My will can be flawed with errors. God's will is the best. And that's what I trust when I give it to Him. It's the best outcome is going to happen. Yeah. But I'm happy to be here with the picnic behind me, and it just worked out beautifully, and I'm so thankful that God was a big part of it. He was every part of it. Never mind a big part. God was it. You know, I am. I'm learning some things. I'm learning that it's better to let go and let God. Better to let go and let Him take the reins, because you know what? That's better. That's the best. The best possible thing from my life is letting God take it and trust in Him, 100%. Um, uh, I'm hoping for a great meeting. I'm hoping that it's going to be wonderful, and that today's a 24-hour book reading. I hope it's a good reading for today. You know, and it will be. It will. It usually works out that way. There are no coincidences in God's kingdom. It's just the way things are meant to be. And that's the best I could hope for ever. The best is that God take the reins, and I just follow Him. And you know, yeah, follow God. I'm not going to go wrong, because He's not going to steer me wrong. He's not gonna lead me down a bad path. He's gonna give me what I need to get through what I need to get through. You know, and yeah, I trust Him. I trust Him with all my heart. It's so peaceful and calm over here today. I mean, I'm sitting in the shade here, and it's almost like it's just complete and total peace. You know, but hope you guys got plans for today? What are you gonna do? You gonna do anything good? One thing you're gonna do is not drink and use. Please don't. Please don't. Don't wreck what good you've done. Not using and not drinking is the best thing I do on any given day. I don't care what it is. And yeah, trust God, because you know what? Your trust is going to be in the best place, and He's not going to leave nor forsake you ever. Guys, I'm glad you checked in with me today. I wish you the best for today. Have a wonderful day, and leave a like and subscribe. And please, if you want to, leave a comment. I'd love to chat with you about anything, be it alcohol or anything. Just give me a ring, and I will connect with you. God bless you all. Love you.